Our story begins on a late Albertsons library night. There is a barely developed fetus living in a warm and cozy study room known as the womb. A trained killer by the name of Abe Borshin has a vendetta for the fetus.
You don't deserve to exist. I'm not ready to have a kid.
The next day, with the police hot on her trail, the killer foolishly returns to the scene of the crime. The chase begins. Freeze, Abe! It's all over.
What's gonna happen to me?
It's out of my hands now, Borshin. It's up to the law to decide. Abe Borshin's court date is set for 1 week later. The prosecuting attorney goes by the name of John S. Mill. The defense goes by one name, Lycurgus.
Ah, Mr. Mill. Pleasure to finally meet you.
Pleasure's all mine.
Have a seat in my chair. Well, I believe that I have a solid case to free Abe from life in prison. However, I'd much rather guarantee a slap on the wrist than risking sending them to prison for the rest of their life. What say you?
I'm sorry, Lycurgus. My morality will not allow me to budge on this one. Abe is a monster and deserves to rot in prison.
Well, I'm a very powerful man, and this could be a big mistake for you.
I will take my chances.
I was almost tired of the rocky road. It's a double and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hunt the hare and turn them down the rocky road. All the way to double and white falali.
This is not your average courtroom. You see, in this world, justice is not determined by law, but by philosophy.
Then I took a stroll all among the quality bundle. It was stowel in a neat locality. Something crossed me mind when I looked behind. No bundle could I find upon me stick. Go on inquiring after the rogue.
Prosecution calls to the stand Abe Borshin for question. Case number 2103 regarding the murder of library fetus. Defendant Abe Borshin, how do you plead?
Not guilty.
All right, Mr. Mill, the floor is yours.
Miss Borshin, where were you on the night of a week ago?
I was in the library, killing that stupid fetus.
Aha, so by killing the fetus you agreed that it was alive, yes? So, by the harm principle, it states that you hurt another living thing. This is a wide concept in this country, and it should be seriously considered by this philosophical court. This woman is guilty, Your Honor. Prosecution rests.
Thank you, Mr. Mill. Lycurgus, I will hear your rebuttal now.
Thank you, Your Honor. I will now be giving my case. The issue here is not whether the fetus was harmed, nor whether the fetus deserved its fate, nor even if the fetus was living. However, it is whether or not the fetus is a contribution to society. I happen to have a DNA test done on the fetus, and it had a 50% chance of having Huntington's disease. It was missing half a chromosome and would have had a serious developmental issue. The parents did not want it either. So how can you expect that parents to care for a child that has all these problems and didn't want it in the first place? So, by this, you can see that the fetus had no way of fending for itself and would have been an economic, political, and social detriment to our society. Whether Ms. Borshin was aware of this is irrelevant. This fetus would have made our society weaker. We are better off it never becoming a person, never giving it a chance to develop. I would have done the exact same thing.
Well, gentlemen, you have both made very strong cases for your sides. It is now up to the jury to decide. We will have a verdict momentarily.
Well, Lycurgus, seems your argument wasn't as strong as you thought.
Suppose so.
I understand you are a little more old school than I am. Something you should understand about today's society, we care more about the individual than the society.
Well done, Jonathan. I would have still thrown that fetus into the abyss.